What's up, guys? Sam Taggart here with The Knock Life, and I'm here to teach you how to be more gritty. Now, there's so much talk in this world. There's so much out there that people are like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna do XYZ, but the problem is they are missing grit. So in this video, I'm gonna go over some key principles on how to build more grit inside your day-to-day. Whether that's you're out there door knocking, whether that's you're out there trying to, meet a girl, whether that's you're trying to grow a business, whether that's you're trying to get yourself to a new level, it's all about, can you factor the grit inside of you? So check this video out. If you like our videos, subscribe today and leave a comment below saying, hey, this is what I want more of, this is what I like, and we'd love to hear your feedback. So check this out. There's a part in the book by Glennon Doyle. I don't know if you've heard of Untamed, but it's a female empowerment book, but I loved it. And she says, like Jesus, who walked straight towards his own crucifixion, first the pain, then the waiting, then the rising. All of our sufferings come when we try to get our resurrection without allowing ourselves to be crucified first. And it kind of goes back to this whole no pain, no gain mentality. And you think of like that element of suffering and Christ could have been like, all right, just crucify me. And it's like, no, he was like, I'm gonna carry the cross, I'm gonna get whipped, I'm gonna put a thorny crown on my head, I'm gonna let you guys mock and spit on me and tell me how much of a crazy lunatic I am. And it's like, that was all part of this whole, like, now I'm gonna resurrect and be like, look, look who I am. And you got to look at this like almost like a phoenix. A phoenix is something that, the way they literally kill themselves and they burn and then they rebirth out of the ashes. And the suffering it would take, like for a butterfly to break down its exoskeleton and literally go into a cocoon and decompose itself to then, a caterpillar to turn into a butterfly. And the suffering, the pain that it takes to go have these transformations is part of the process. And a lot of times when we think of emotional resilience, it's just that ability to endure that suffering. And so there's a book that I started not too long ago. It's called Anti-Fragility. And it says some things benefit from shock. They thrive and grow when exposed to volatility, randomness, disorder, and stressors, and love, adventure, risk, uncertainty. Yet in spite of the ubiquity of the phenomenon, there's no word for the exact opposite of fragile. So let us call it anti-fragile. Anti-fragility is beyond resilience or robustness. The resilient resists shock and stays the same. The anti-fragile gets better. And you think about it, like humans are one of the few things that when they're under pressure and shock and craziness, get stronger. Think of lifting weights. You put yourself under stress, your muscles get stronger. And there's really not a word, so anti-fragile is the word that this guy, Nassim Taleb, came up with. And you think of like elements of our lives and growth, and it's like, had we not had these stressful hardships, we would not be where we're at today. And so the coolest part of every story is the emotional resilient element. It's like the guy went and, despite how many times he got knocked down, got up and he succeeded. And that's what makes a really compelling Hollywood production, book, novel, motivational person, is they suffered through some hardship. And humans are really built to be anti-fragile. And so we look at emotional resilience as a gift, as a joy, as a let's be grateful for this. And if we don't, we're just literally almost like slapping God in the face and being like, hey, you built us wrong. It's like everyone has it differently. And I hate when people look at other people's hardships and say, oh, they've got it easy. If only they knew what I had to go through to get to where I'm at. And a lot of times we fail to recognize everyone is meant to go on their own journey. And some of you guys have gone through some real struggles, loss of parents, maybe had abusive relationships, sicknesses, health problems. And I go, that's your that's your story that you get to go through, and you're so blessed to have such crazy hardship. And some people, it looks on the outside that they win it super easy, but maybe they deal with mental issues, eating disorders, depression, anxiety, crazy fear of everything, and on the outside, you're like, well, you've never lost a loved one, or you've never had to go through bankruptcy or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but okay, would you rather have $1 billion and be depressed? Or would you rather be broke and be happy? Like, maybe they have problems with self-image. Maybe it's an insecurity. And it's whose place is it to judge when dealing with that kind of stuff? Like, and that's where I tell people, I'm like, everyone's story is their story for a reason. And when you're dealing with like hardships and the craziness in life, realize that that's where you need to be. And you need to sit in that, and you need to enjoy it, and you need to embrace it, and you need to say, in 2 years and 6 months and 3 days, I'm gonna look back on this and be like, this is what made me the character that I am today. So there's a quote by Ryan Halliday. It says, if perception and action were disciplines of the mind, then will is the discipline of the heart and the soul. So find your will. And that's gonna be one of the things that's gonna take you farther in hardship, is really kind of, what's the will inside of me? And that's where I think people struggle, is they don't have strong will, like their natural will. And when we're talking about knocking, it's like, if you really want something, you're gonna go knock hard enough in order to go get it. Despite the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, all the emotional element is that stopping or getting in your way of will, meaning just do it or not do it. Hey, we hope you got a ton out of this video. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to hear your comments below, and we're here to provide a ton of value to help you become more of a gritty door knocker, whether that's in life, whether that's in business, whether that's in sales and fitness. Our job is to help you learn the school of hard knocks and live that knock life. So my name's Sam Taggart. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're out.